Today I will tell you about a coin that was pre-sold on CoinList this time last year and has been declining since the day it was released and stabilized. What is CSPR Coin? A product of Casper Labs and its own blockchain that appeals to corporations. Is it promising? Will its price rise? Let's look for answers to these questions. Welcome to Kripto Ofis channel. I'm Iryna. Start with the technical details of CSPR Coin. Casper's main target is corporates. Let's make a note of this first. We also said Casper is a blockchain. We know from the previous videos that the main purpose of the blockchain is database on which applications can be written, and its speed and reliability are ensured by verifying from different networks at the basic working principle. Casper states that he focused on the future, not the present, so the needs for each other in blockchains and all applications will increase over time. And he claims that it is working on Web 3.0 and they will lead a new area for this. So, how will it do this? What ways will it differ from the other blockchains? It provides three basic services expected from blockchains, namely reliability, decentralization, and scalability that we always hear about. Here, it also emphasizes that the security part is at the corporate level. If we talk about the architecture of Casper blockchain, it has a very good and flexible structure in terms of speed. In other words, when we say flexible, it applies the sharding system in block products. That is, it divides the blocks into parts. This makes verifying node parts easier and faster. In this way, it balances the load of the network and increases its efficiency. Another issue we can approach positively is the fixed fee. When we think of the fee, we all think that the commission fee of Ethereum, which is $50 and $100, but let's be a little more clear about this. There are many blockchains with low fees. In the other words, CSPR is not alone in this regard, but being stable and cheap gives its plus points, of course. There are places where he got plus 2 more points in the technical matters. The first is that it supports WebAssembly, a common software interface. In other words, we can say that CSPR is a service that applications developers will be satisfied with. The other is weighted consensus. We can explain this as follows. A company-owned application is running on the Casper blockchain. As you know, a transaction made on the blockchain cannot be undone. To avoid the error, if your in-house application has a permission control approval mechanism, you can also use this mechanism on the CSPR blockchain. In other words, it processes after approval and stays that way. The network allows it. As we said, because it appeals to corporations, it is also important in this respect. Now, let's take a look at the roadmap for who is developing this job in CSPRI. Which companies is it addressing to corporations and what are they have done so far and what they aim to do? I will not mention one by one because the team is quite big. A management team is 6 people and 42 people work as engineer at Casper Labs. In addition, 12 people work in the finance department and 3 people in the marketing department. The trainings of Casper's team and the places they have worked before are positions that can be defined as the summit in the world of informatics. However, we can still say that the marketing team should have been stronger. Its partners include powerful capital firms and large, proven blockchains. The foundation of Casper were laid in 2017. They received their first investment of $14.5 million in the summer of 2019 and completed their white papers at the end of 2019. After receiving substantial investment 2 more times in 2020, they released their mainnet in 2021. That's all for now what we are going to tell you about Casper on their website and white paper. If you are thinking of investing, you are definitely need to examine it and you can easily do this. Let's come to the part of whether CSPR is a project worth investing in. Let's take a look at the market value that has been creeping for about 1 year. The unlimited maximum supply, which we have said many times in previous videos, which is normal for those who have their own mainnet. Its circulating supply is also around 5.16 billion and it ranks 148th in the market. As a matter of fact, the ranking is not too bad. However, if we come to the question of why the price has not increased for 1 year, we can count a few reasons. The CSPR network is fast and cheap, but not very dense. It didn't experience experience enough intensely to prove his speed. I don't think it will survive because it appeals to corporates. It is not very suitable for individual users and small businesses. They will not create a density here. However, a very serious marketing effort is required within the institutions. We have seen that the management and engineer staff is very light, but the marketing part is weak for now, which makes it difficult to grow and develop. Another issue is listing. It is available on exchanges such as Huobi, GATEIO, MEXC, but not in FTX, KuCoin and BINANCE. Since it already has its own blockchain, it must first agree on this infrastructure in order to deal with exchanges. In other words, between listing a token and listing a coin, another issue aside, there is also a technical stage. Even Cardano has just been listed. And if we can say that it is a negative aspect of pricing, we can say that it's appealing to corporates because the number of users is less as a unit. However, it can also turn things around. If they can manage to be the focus of the corporations, then things change a lot. Even the Polygon network, which is the most preferred of metaverse game projects today, could not be accepted for years. The point it has reached in the last 8-10 months is indisputable. The CSPR team will also develop the current weak marketing part. The brain team will definitely work on this. Also expect a possible Binance listing from CSPR, although it will take time. The market value of CSPR, which is currently $173 million, will reach between $6 and $10 million in the coming years. Considering its total supply, the value of CSPR coin will exceed $1. Of course, invest by doing your own research and declining for yourself, not by looking at our comments, the words of other content producers or news you hear somewhere. I remind you that nothing we tell here in this video is investment advice. See you in the next video. Stay cool.